So, a couple of videos back, which I'm sure you've probably all have seen, I made a video about Roundtree and what he better do to win this fight. Unfortunately, he was not one of the 101 viewers. I thought he would be one of those 101, but he didn't follow what I said, so he must not have been. I said he should wrestle. He did not wrestle, but fortunately, that's it's a big fortunately for us that he did not wrestle because we got a very exciting fight. More exciting than what we can say for Sean Strickland here, who, maybe you don't know this, has also fought Alex Pereira and didn't do too well. And that's why this title is Khalil Rountree embarrassed Sean Strickland. Why did he embarrass Sean Strickland? Well, we're going to get into it in this video here because Sean Strickland talks a lot of shit about Rountree, all right? But most notably, he talks about how soft he is and how much of a pussy he is, and I guess he's liberal too, which I don't know why that matters. But those two things in particular, softness and the P word. But after watching that fight, I can't remember a fight where Sean Strickland fought like that. Can you guys remember a fight where Sean did not tee and jab? Because I can't. He dropped Pereira. Rountree dropped Pereira. And I thought at any moment he was about to knock Pereira out in the first round or two until he started to slow down. Because he was slinging. He was slinging at those hands, dude. Yeah, Sean doesn't do that. So Sean needs to just shut his mouth now. So, in this video, I'm going to go over some of the things that Sean has said. They both have So Sean has apologized a lot of times to the people who he talks shit about. And his apology and Roundtree's apology story are different. So we're going to hear both of what Sean said to Roundtree and then Roundtree's point of view of what Sean said to him. And I believe Sean is lying. Also, he apologized to Shevchenko, which we'll get into. Shevchenko, his apology to Shevchenko just proves he has no control over himself at all. So yeah, let's get into this video. But before we do, you should subscribe to the channel. I'm doing a silly little experiment where I do believe I could probably sell more pay-per-views than any of these fighters, because if you guys haven't noticed over the majority of the UFC existing, a lot of these fighters do not know how to trash talk and are boring. So if you want to support an MMA YouTuber to get a little bit of influence to do a UFC fight, subscribe. And if anything, you see me get knocked out. All right, let's get into this.
Why I don't like Roundtree, besides the fact that he's in a cult, which we all know. You know that, right?
No.
Yeah, he's in like Las Vegas Choice. Yeah, he's in a five cult. Anyways, I regress.
It's like a self-help group he's in. It's because one time he tried to take a new person who was training at the gym and get him to come to this place. And since Sean saw that, he was trying to force this kid to go. He says it's a cult.
So one day, you guys, Khalil walks up to this white woman.
Now he's about to describe this woman, and in another video he describes her again, and I think even in Joe Rogan's podcast he describes this woman. He describes this woman every time he tells this story, which is very funny considering the whole Nina drama that is happening right now.
And I don't mean hot white woman. I don't mean a hot white woman. I mean like a really large PFL, shaved head, misses weight a lot white woman. Like a white woman that if you were to see in a bar and it was closing down, you would just be like, I'm going home alone. Like this is the level of white woman we're talking about. Anyways, Khalil goes and grabs her and says, hey, I want to show a move, and grabs her, and she makes a joke. She goes, oh, sexual harassment. And Khalil, this little beta male, he goes, I'm a black man. Well, I don't, Khalil, are you a black man? We don't know yet. You don't sound like a black man. He goes, I'm a black man in America. You don't accuse me of that. And after.
All right. So a white woman with a shaved head, an overweight white woman with a shaved head, living in the western part of the United States, probably then liberal, Sean, and she tells a black guy who they can get fucked over in the justice system sometimes. That's why he's freaking out. She tells him, "Oh, sexual harassment, ha ha ha." A UFC fighter that has a little bit of fame and influence, mind you. So yes, I understand Rountree's freaking out. Shaved head, white liberal woman getting touched by a famous black guy and saying sexual harassment. I would take my chances. She will try to take advantage of that situation and will file a complaint and start a lawsuit. Yeah, I would freak out too.
After that moment when I realized Khalil is a liberal cuck beta male, we can't be friends anymore. It's fucking funny, man. It's fucking funny, Khalil. You gotta loosen up, man, you fucking liberal.
Well, Khalil Rountree's never shot a
So I guess since Khalil thinks he gets treated unfairly for being black, that makes him a liberal. I'm sure there's a lot of conservative black guys who think they get treated differently in America.
takedown in his UFC career.
In my career, I've never shot one takedown. That's not in my plans, right? I'm here to put on an amazing fight for the fans. Like this one, regardless of what anybody says, this is a fight for the fans.
Do you imagine he does that against Alex Pereira, UFC 307?
No, man, I think Alex is decent at getting up. You know, you watch him train now. Like, he actually works his way up. So I've wrestled with Khalil. He can't fucking wrestle. So, tell you another story about Khalil Rountree. If you guys don't know this, me and Khalil have some history.
It's not history. He's about to get into a story how he just basically bullied him in front of everyone. Bullied another adult in front of everyone.
So, I try to befriend this little beta male. I try to be his friend, you know. I was like, hey, listen, we're all little fat kids one time. We all got picked on, little fat kid. I want to be your friend, Khalil. So I say, Khalil, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to invite you to wrestling. And I invite him to wrestling. And then, you know me, I give my big dick speech. You know, I try to pump everybody up. And I say, hey, listen, guys, if I see you guys going Khalil, I know you picked the easiest round on here and you're being a pussy. And I said that to the little fat kid because I wanted him to be like the angry little fat kid. I wanted him to say.
He won't even say Khalil by his name. He just refers to him as the little fat kid because Khalil used to be fat. He's just a bully. I used to like Sean Strickland until I... don't think I'm a Sean Strickland hater. I used to really like him and that he was not woke. But then that video came out of him at the mountain climbing thing, and the workers, him and his brother, are trying to fight them, these two little teenage workers there. And then he saw that the girlfriend in the back was recording, and he's just like, oh, never mind. Shakes the guy's hands and leaves. So fake.
You know what, Sean? F you. I want to fight you for 5 rounds. You know what this little did? Put his head down, walked off the mat and said, Sean, I don't like you and I don't respect you. So, if you want to talk about being a hard man, I just think Alex is going to fucking...
Was that the last time you spoke to Khalil, by the way?
You know what?
Sean's going to think for a second here and say if he should tell the truth or not tell the truth. Because he apologized to Khalil, but he doesn't want to say what he actually said to Khalil.
I actually, he came to the gym once, and he asked me in a very respectful way to stop making fun of him and his Colt. And I said I would try, and here I am failing. But no, I actually ran into Khalil. I ran into Khalil like probably a month ago when he got popped for popped. Which again, you know, I don't even like Khalil, but he kind of got in that situation. So me being the big man I am, I said, hey, little fat kid, like you got on that. Like I know you're not a cheater. We know you're not a cheater. Like you just got man. I wish you the best. And look, now he has a title shot. It's remedied.
How would you describe Bryce?
So he said, hey, little fat kid, I know you're not a cheater. It sucks that you got popped, but wish you luck. So that's what he says. But this is what Rountree said happened.
The last interaction that I had with Sean Strickland was at the UFC PI.
Right, and supposedly Sean came up and said, hey, little fat kid, sucks you popped. I know you're not a cheater. Good luck.
It was after literally the day after Dan Ige stepped in that fight, like 3 hours, 4 hours notice or something like that. And out of the blue, Sean Strickland come up to me. He approached me and he just said, like, Khalil, I apologize. I'm a dumbass.
That's different. I apologize. I'm a dumbass.
Actually kind of like you. I think you're liberal, but overall, I like you or I respect you. Something along those lines.
So I actually kind of like you, even though you're liberal. Why does that matter? Yeah, I respect you. I actually kind of like you.
So what I took it as is like squashing whatever beef.
Play that one more time.
You know what I mean? Or just like saying, like, look up to me. He approached me and he just said, like, Khalil, I apologize. I'm a dumbass. Actually kind of like you. I think you're liberal, but overall, I like you or I respect you. Something along those lines.
I apologize. I'm a dumbass. I actually kind of like you. Is way different from, hey, little fat boy. This fucking guy did. Hey, little fat boy. I know you're not a cheater. Sucks you popped. Good luck. Way different. And I think Sean is lying because he has proven to be a liar. All right. Now we all know Sean's hatred for women's MMA, which that is justified if you watch the Pena fight and every other women's MMA fight. Almost all women's MMA fights. And Shevchenko came to the women's defense. This was like 9 months ago. But he apologized to Shevchenko as well. He's going on a whole apology tour. And I guess, shout out to MMA World. I could not find this interview anywhere else, so I had to pull it from their video. Oh my gosh, they show this for so long. Yeah, he tweets about women's MMA and Valentina tweets back. But let's get to the actual.
Грубость написал, ты ему ответила симметрично, а он извинился потом и сказал,
Он
поехали.
извинился. Он сказал,
So I'll say what she says because this is in Russian. Yes, he did apologize.
что он сказал,
He said that when he's not training,
что очень много у него было это, что у него
he starts losing his mind.
голова, когда он и тренируется, он сходит
As he
с
wrote,
ума, в него, как он
he gets possessed by demons.
написал, в него бесы вселяются.
So he apologized in a very polite manner. So Sean basically says he's a woman himself, that he can't control himself or his emotions. I'm just kidding. Yeah, he says when he's not fighting, he loses his mind and he gets possessed by demons. So he's apologized again and admits that he can't control himself. And I guess nothing he ever says online he means, because he just apologizes about it anyway and says he's never in the right mind when he makes these comments anyway, it seems like. Yeah, it's kind of like the Volkanovski, when Volkanovski said, when I'm not fighting, I just don't know what to do with myself. I don't know. These fighters don't have hobbies, I swear. All right. So the last thing I'll show you is a short 1 minute 40-second video. Sean goes over the reasons why he doesn't like Rountree. And the last reason, Sean even admits himself that he's an ass for this. So let's play it.
Conversation about Khalil Rountree, because clearly you guys have no idea who the fuck this man is, and I'm gonna explain to you who this man is. And all you little bitches saying, "Oh, we'll go spar him." You guys understand that we used to train at the same gym, and I would have loved to use him as a body. I only got the opportunity once, and then he would avoid me like the plague.
I would love to use him as a body. After watching that Pereira fight, I don't know if he would have been a body unless it's wrestling.
I wanted to. I tried to. But anyways, back to why you guys have no idea who the fuck Khalil Rountree is. There was this chick, you big girl, big, tall, little thick, a little bit too thick for me.
He goes into, I swear I'm going to make another video on this. He goes into describing that girl again. Nina Drama, I hope you're watching this.
but 20 pounds lighter. She looked like a fucking supermodel. Anyways, amazing, sweet girl. Khalil walks up behind her to like show her move, and she makes like a sexual harassment joke. And it was fucking hilarious. I laughed, the gym laughed, and then Khalil fucking snaps on her. I'm like, dude, like this is like a sweet girl. Like she's fucking joking. Calm down. Anyways, second incident. We're all training. I'm giving everybody a speech about like when you're on the mat, you need to go to the best motherfucker, try to take his head, take his spot. And I looked and I pointed at Khalil and I was like, and if I see you guys going fucking Rountree, I know you're being a bunch of pussies because he's the softest guy on the mat. Anyways, guy fucking.
All right, you just embarrass him in front of everyone saying he's the softest guy on the mat. You're a bully. He's another professional fighter, adults training at where you train. You're just a bully.
Storms off the gym, gets a little emotional. Or like the third time.
All right. This last story, he talks about Khalil having an ex-girlfriend and that she chose Khalil, so he's a better man than him.
Actually, the third time might have been a little fucked up. He had this ex-girlfriend once, and I joked, I was like, Khalil, I hate on her too, and you were the better man, you know? But it was funny, it was like me and your boys, you know? It was like camaraderie. And he goes to the UFC and fucking complains. Like, this man is a cunt. You guys have no concept.
So, if he was your buddy, like, he's the boy, it's like, I was doing it because it's the boys, you know, he's my boy. Why are you hitting on his girl? Or his ex-girlfriend? Why are you hitting on his ex-girlfriend? Or if she was the current girlfriend at the time? Or before they were boyfriend-girlfriend when they were dating? Why are you hitting on her? If you guys don't know, you should watch some of Sean's earlier videos. I won't forget this. And you shouldn't forget this either. Sean Strickland is an incel. He's always been an incel. He would talk about it all the time. He would record his house, say how he has no women there, get jealous of Pat Barry, freak out about some MMA chick that follows him or that he likes or that he messaged or DM'd or something. He's an incel. Until he gained a little bit of fame in the UFC, he did not have a girlfriend. Only once he got a little bit famous in the UFC, suddenly his girlfriend popped out of nowhere. Yeah, so I'm not shocked that Sean Strickland tried to flirt with Khalil Rountree's girl. And Sean even says, yeah, he's an ass for that. I would freak out. I would be pissed off too. Bullshit. You're not boys, you're just bullying him and you tried to cuck him. And he didn't like that. So, yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Sean Strickland is embarrassed because Khalil Rountree just went to war, a very fun war, like he said he would. And he didn't even say it like Sean. Sean's all like, oh, let's go to war for you guys, man. We're going to kill each other in there. Rountree just says, I'm not going to wrestle. I'm going to stand up and fight like I always do to give you guys a show. And it was a show, unlike Sean's fights. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.